Morning everyone, welcome back. Here we are, day 3 out in the farmer's field. Fairly confident this is it. This is gonna be our wrap up. We're gonna get this knocked out today. If you recall from yesterday, spread all our topsoil, so that's down. It's just ready to be smoothed out. The back side of the field, way over there. I've only got like 20 or 30 minutes left to work over there from yesterday that I wasn't able to finish out before we lost light. So we'll go finish that out first, and then we're gonna come back over here to where I'm standing. And as you can see kind of over my shoulder here, we got a little bit of dozing. I think, I don't know, 30 to 45 minutes and I'll have this area kind of smoothed out since it's pretty dang close. Maybe an hour, depends on how aggressive and on top of the ball I feel today. So, and I'm not very on the ball. My kids had me up at 4:30 this morning. Ugh. It's not fun when you have kids that don't like to sleep. Anyway, so I'm gonna get fired up here and we'll catch you in the dozer, and I'll give you a, well, let's do some more dual cam. You guys tend to like that, and I was watching my footage from yesterday, and it is kind of interesting seeing the hands moving in the dozer. I had never watched that before. I've never seen that perspective, so we'll do some more dual cam. So I'll go get that set up and we'll catch you here in a minute in the machine. All right, everybody, you're just gonna have to bear with me while I wake up this morning. My children getting me up that early is really messing with me. I'm really struggling to wake up. I was gonna give you guys a piece of advice for those of you who have not run dozer or spent much time in a dozer. When you're running dozer, you're focused when you're doing straight line pushes and you're not matching a particular grade. You spend your time looking at both sides of the blade, so you're kind of almost looking straight ahead with your physical head, and then your eyes are constantly bouncing from side to side. Let me turn my throttle down here so I can talk. And your eyes are bouncing from side to side looking at the corners of your blade. That's how you're gonna grade, and you're gonna carry grade when you're establishing your grade. When we're doing something like I'm doing today, where we're gonna work our way down this run, we're gonna windrow everything off to one side, this is where that ass level that I keep referring to really comes into play. So I'm going to get set up on this grade where I know I have a good pitch on the machine. So right here in front of me, it's already leveled off, it's established. I'm gonna get on that grade, and then I'm gonna feel in my seat where I'm at from a side to side standpoint. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna angle my blade off, and now all I have to do, since all of the spoils are gonna roll off to the left, all I really have to do is watch this right hand corner where I'm matching the existing grade, and I'm gonna let my ass level tell me what's going on this side of the blade. And I'll look over here occasionally, but really my primary focus is gonna be on this side of the blade, and I'm letting my ass level tell me whether or not this corner needs to go up or down. I'm not physically looking to see whether or not I'm digging, because all the spoils are rolling off and it's gonna be hard to tell exactly how much I need to cut or I need to fill with this side. Instead, I'm gonna let my seat tell me what I need to do, and I'm gonna work on watching this angle or this side of the blade to see if I'm, good God, my brain is just off this morning. I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry. I'm looking at this corner of the blade to see if I'm matching existing grades. So let me get to grading and you'll kind of see what I mean here. So I'm gonna angle my blade, and when I'm setting down into the cut, so right here, I am actually looking to see how much and how level my blade is. And right there, I know I'm established. So I'm not paying attention to this corner of the blade now. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch my right side, and I'm gonna try to maintain this same pitch on the machine. I'm worried about matching existing grade on this side of the blade over here. And I'll occasionally glance over just to see where I'm at in relation to the existing grade on this side, because I obviously don't want to cut too deep if I can avoid it. But really my focus is matching on the right. terrible job this morning. Like I said, my brain is 3/4 off right now. And so now that I've straightened out, now I'm looking at both sides of my blade. I'm really paying attention to the full grade in front of me. So now what we can see is, because I was trying to keep myself at roughly the same angle, because I know this is all relatively flat, you can see that we've actually got a decent little cut that we just did, and that was all on my blind side. I was not paying attention to that side, but you can see that we're coming down probably another 4 inches or so, and that topsoil was too high right there. But I didn't see that. I felt that physically in my seat, and that's why I always, when we're talking about dozers, I'm always going to reference that ass level, because it is such a critical thing to develop, because you use it every day in a dozer. So we're going to make another pass here and do the exact same thing. I'm looking at both sides of my blade to make sure I set down nice and level, and now that I know I'm level and I'm set up good, I'm really just going to focus on this right hand side, and we're going to make sure we're matching the existing grade. If I'm doing this correctly, and I'm not going to say I am going to do it correctly this morning, but you shouldn't see that right side dig. I want to be right at grade or just a hair above it. Not much, just a hair. I can feel myself starting to pitch, so I'm adjusting with the blade. Now I'm pitching back. Now I'm going to straighten my blade out to carry this material. I'm looking at both sides. Now, I'm sure some of you are saying, Brian, you just made a video a little while back that talked about how tracking backwards at high speed is the fastest way to wear out your undercarriage. Yes, I did say that. But if you remember, I also said you have to balance things. This is a prime example of, I'm going to cat backwards at a pretty high rate of speed because I've got a freaking long push. And if I spend half a day tracking backwards slowly, I completely lose all of my production. And, you know, my buddy Lance is not going to be happy that I only got half of the work accomplished that I should have today because I was trying to save a little bit on the undercarriage wear on his dozer. So everything is a balance in these machines. You kind of have to weigh what's going on to figure out what you're going to do. So if this was a short push, absolutely there's no reason you need to cat backwards at 50 miles an hour. Now, when we've got this huge long run, I'm going to track fast. So just had to say that because I know someone's going to say it in the comments. So now that I'm pushing straight, I'm very much looking at both sides of my blade here. I'm going to be looking at my right or my left side a little more than I was, just because we're starting to match another existing grade over here, and I don't want to leave myself way too high or start digging below existing grade. And here I am talking and not paying attention. So even though we are angled off, I am watching both sides of my blade here to make sure that I'm setting a good grade to match and blend to the existing down there. Starting this run that I get a little fat through here, so I'm going to cut just a hair more, which is why you're seeing stuff off the right side there. I'm going to start to straighten out. We're going to carry this, and I'm now back to looking at both sides of my blade full time. Alright guys, we're like a half hour in, almost to the minute. And there we go. We got her all straightened out. Don't look half bad. It's farmable. So I'm gonna jump back in the dozer. Now we're gonna go all the way to the other side of the field. Go knock that area. There's that mouth of mine again. Knock that area out. And then we'll see what the day has in store for us. We may have more work, we may not. I'm hoping to run that tile plow. So we're gonna run over there. I'm thinking about putting you guys on the dozer blade. I'm not sure where yet. I don't know. What do you think? Somewhere up there? If there wasn't so much rust, try to mount you up there. Oh, I know. Right there. I'm gonna put you guys right there. Stay tuned. We'll see you in a minute. they say, the best laid plans of mice and men. I told you this was gonna take like a half hour, 45 minutes. It's been like an hour and a half because I've been dinking around with the camera. I've gotten phone calls. The farmer that I'm working for, his dad swung out, stopped by. So, you know, I was close, right? And yes, I am wearing short sleeves in November. In Michigan, we got a warm pop. It's 60 degrees today. It's awesome. And then it's gonna dive back down, and I think this is our last warm pop for the year. But all that to say, we're done. There it is in all its glory. Yeah, there's some dirt clumps. Get over it. They're gonna run a cultivator through here, so I don't have to worry about it. It's flat, it's farmable, it's beautiful. Topsoil's on. I think we're done. So I'm gonna go over and see what the plan is for the rest of the day. If you go to the end screen from here, then we're done. And there was no more work. However, if I see you in another machine here shortly, there was more work. See how that works? All right. So we may see you guys later. We may see you on the next one. Time will tell. Had to get fuel. Not the most exciting part of the job, but if you don't have fuel, you don't run. Catch you in a minute. Still going. So we've got a couple more piles to doze out. He just sprung a couple on me. Shouldn't take more than 20 or 30 minutes. And then I'm out of here. Our job is done. So I'll throw you guys in the cab, get some footage of me dozing those last piles, and then we're gonna wrap this little vlog series up. No more farmer's field. So we'll catch you guys later. So here's what we got, guys. Just a little dinky trench here. There's another dinky trench across the way. So it's 15-20 minutes worth of work here and there. And then we'll have this sucker knocked out. And that ain't a bad way to spend a couple days. So if you follow my channel, I've mentioned it multiple times about how Monster is the lifeblood of heavy equipment and construction workers. And one thing I've never discussed is where Monster comes from. Well, as a matter of fact, we are in a farmer's field here. And right in front of me, let me back up here, you can see a wild Monster can. Let's see if we can point it out to you right there. That's where Monster grows. So if you ever were curious where Monster comes from, now you know. That was probably one that just got rejected out of the back of the combine when they were harvesting the rest of the monsters. So what I'm going to do here, I've got this all pushed in. There's a reason I'm not putting it flat yet. We're just going to kind of brush that in there like so. And now what I'm going to do is actually track it in. So we're going to climb up on this and run it in with our track. And then I'll come and smooth it off. And we're not going to get super technical on the smoothing because you can see this area is a bit of a disaster anyway. So I'm going to do a real quick and dirty. Also because my wife is here. I told her come pick me up, and then Lance dropped on me that he had these a couple more things he wanted me to do. There she is calling. I knew it. Hey, can you hang out for about 10 to 15 minutes? Lance just sprung something else that he needs done on me. It shouldn't take very long. I know, I'm gonna go quick. It won't take long. All right, love you, bye. And there it is. That's how you tell your wife, hold on. I'm just kidding. That's how you ask your wife if she'll hold on. As you guys saw from my vlog when I taught her how to taught her how to run the loader, she is definitely the boss in our relationship, and I'm okay with that. Gonna fill that little hole right there in. Wouldn't want to twist an ankle. Now if I were a good operator, I probably would have spun around and bladed this the other way, but that's what you get when you get an amateur operator, videographer, YouTuber, jack of all trades, master of none. All right, we're good on that one. We're gonna run back here further in the field. I think there's one more spot that he needs. Oh yeah, here it is over here. And just in case somebody asks, I don't know what the yellow flags are for. I know there's not a gas line out here in the middle of the field. I'm fairly confident what that was is when he runs into an issue with the plow where he needs the excavator to come dig it up, he plants flags. But normally he's got these tall white ones, which you will see here in just a minute. But when he runs out, I'm wondering if he's got those little yellow ones that he uses in place of them. That's just my guess. Alright guys, as you know, I try to be honest with you guys, I try to be open with you guys, and I try to give you a real idea of what this industry looks like. And here it is, right here. We just fueled up. And this seasoned operator that you're looking at just ran over the fuel cap. I'm not proud of it. That's the first time I've done it. In all my years operating, I'm always careful with the fuel cap because I don't want to be that guy. And today, I was that guy. So, again, I just want to reiterate, everybody makes mistakes. Even guys that have been operating for years, we still make mistakes. If you get bitched at on the job for making a mistake, don't let it get you down. Everybody does it. It's just part of the work. Just learn from the mistake and don't do it again. So next time, if I run over a fuel cap, I'm really gonna beat myself up because I already learned my lesson today. So I just want to point that out to you guys. You're not alone in making mistakes. So you guys have a good one, and we'll catch you on the next video.